Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Well, today is National Online Learning Day, so it's the perfect day to try online learning if you haven't tried that before. It's also a wonderful day to book a new course. So if you're thinking of learning something, why not learn it online? The good thing about online learning is it's more flexible, it tends to be cheaper, and it focuses on exactly what you need rather than going through a course where you're simply shown, for example, grammar. So many benefits, many benefits. The only downside, of course, is you don't get to leave the house. But that's okay. That works perfectly for me. So depending on your personality, it might not be for you, but why not try? You need to be a little bit self-disciplined if you're doing an online course without a teacher, because any courses I've bought online, I've never actually used. They've sat there, and every time I click into the platform, they're still there, and I'm thinking, oh, I really should sign up for that sometime, or I really should commence, but I never do. But learning English is a bit different because you have a teacher who's listening to you, and that creates a kind of accountability, which is good as well. So lots to think about there. One good thing about online learning, if you are talking to a teacher, is you can get to do things that you can't do in a normal English class. For example, I love accent work, reducing the accent as well as helping people look at their breathing, this kind of stuff. Those kind of things you don't get in a usual English class. Usually it's just all about facing the front and watching them discuss the present perfect badly. So these are some things to consider. You can kind of cater English classes into exactly what you want. And speaking of rising early and singing badly, the other day I went to a graduation ceremony for our local university. And honestly, the faces on the people, you'd think they would be happy to graduate. Well, first of all, most of them were on their phones using Instagram. And then they had a special guest, Paolo Nutini, the singer. And of course, they all got excited when he started to speak. But I don't understand why they all looked miserable. They seemed more concerned about trivial things like makeup and appearance. They didn't seem too concerned about the actual ceremony. Oh, but the ceremony was very traditional. I mean, I thought that here in the UK, we'd moved beyond this idea of rewarding the best people and ignoring the worst people. But no, it seems that we haven't. They were still giving out special prizes for those who had exceeded expectations. That didn't sound right, did it? And another thing I didn't like about it was at the beginning, they brought in a religious minister, and he started on, oh, thank you, God, for these people, before he kind of like fell over in a heap. I mean, he must have been 80 or 90. I don't know where they got him from. And of course, all these young people are on Instagram, and they were just ignoring what he was saying. Even when he was praying, there was lots of talking and mumbling. No one was really interested until Paolo Nutini appeared, and then suddenly everyone had the cameras pointing at the sky, trying to catch a picture of him. It was a little bit odd. Anyway, yeah, I really thought we'd moved on from those days, but apparently we haven't. So that's another good thing about online education. If you complete a course, you don't have to go to a really dull ceremony. Oh yeah, and the black gowns, that was another thing. I mean, really. These black gowns that they wear when you get a degree at university, it used to be quite a big thing. and it was reserved for people who had worked very hard. But it seems like now, if you do any course, at the end, you get one of these black gowns. Well, you don't get one. You have to rent one with the mortarboard hats. You know, the costume that they ask you to wear. You don't really have a choice because everyone else is doing it. So these people who sell the gowns and make the gowns, oh, they must be raking in the money to every ceremony. And then, of course, there was the leadership board of the university as well, who were sitting on a slightly elevated platform from everyone else to make themselves look more important. I'm really against this, you know. I mean, I know academia is important, but learning facts just because it's facts, oh, I hate that. Oh, no. It's better to teach people how to do something, you know, like teach people how to fish rather than just teaching them what the fishing rod is. It's a little bit odd the way they do things. Or maybe I'm just getting old. But, oh yeah, that graduation ceremony. No, it was dreadful. 2 hours it lasted. And then, of course, typical UK, after it finished, everyone was invited to have a drink. And, you know, out came the champagne. And I'm thinking, really? Is this what our future people now are doing? Is this the hope of our young people? Just to ignore everyone until a celebrity comes along? Play with your Instagram. I mean, they look like they had the concentration span of less than a minute. Every second, Instagram was floating up on the screens. You know, they were sitting in front of me and next to me, so I could clearly see them. And of course, the mention of champagne got everyone going. The woman in charge of the college, she looked a little bit bored until the mention of champagne came. Oh, champagne, lovely. Oh, don't forget to come for the champagne afterwards. You know, she could hardly string a couple of words together until the word champagne was mentioned. Oh, look, champagne. It was very funny. But yeah, this seems to be where we're at. Very worrying, isn't it? But what can we do? Well, there we are. Anyway, National Online Learning Day. It's a very important day if you're looking to fill your time wisely. Like everything else, though, you have to be careful. It depends who you get to teach you. And the good thing about online learning is you're free to walk away at any point. So if you don't like the teacher, find a new one, you know? Or if anything isn't right, you have no commitment, which could be good, could be bad, depends on you. But do try and book a course today of something. Try to home in on what you're looking for, and don't be afraid to ask the teacher if you could have a quick 5-minute chat before you book a lesson, or you can ask them to have a quick exchange of emails with you, how they work, what their ideology is. These things are always good. And if you don't get very excited until the word champagne comes up, then maybe it's time to move on to another teacher. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, champagne. Oh, yes, yes. It's a lovely British custom. Yeah, so it's something to look out for. That's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll catch you all soon. See you. Bye.